Musicians Institute Guitarcraft Program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.
Fox 17 Rock and Review is on the road, and we're interviewing one of my favorite American Idol artists, Taylor Hicks. You know, besides being a platinum-selling, performing artist, and you've had the residency at Las Vegas twice, and you've had a top-selling book as well. Pretty amazing, and then you got a new song out.
Yeah, you know, in this business, you just got to do everything and anything you can possibly get your hands on.
Well, you know, and you're always so busy. I think it's so great, Taylor, when I see you, when you're out in Las Vegas especially, and, you know, talking and interviewing with a lot of my friends out there. But, you know, now you're kind of delving into the whole country genre with this new single.
Yeah, you know, somebody asked me, they said, well, are you country? And I said, well, I mean, I'm from Alabama. I mean, I am country. I mean, I don't know if you could get any more country than that. I mean, you know, growing up as a country music fan, and my family was in country music, it's a part of who I am.
Yeah.
And playing those, you know, all the roadhouses along the way, and I was able to be influenced by a lot of country artists, you know, and so this is just a natural progression for me. I mean, it's a no-brainer that I love songs, and I love great songs. I love soulful, rootsy country songs,
right.
And that's what I've always done.
Well, you know,
it's
we were
just
talking
taken,
too,
yeah.
you know, before we started doing the interview about, you know, you kind of took your time. You know, a lot of artists feel like they have to churn out something all the time. Well, it's not like you've been taking it easy, man. It's like, you know, you've had this TV show, you know, that going into its third season now, State Plate.
Yeah.
And so you got that going. You're doing your solo gigs. You're going to be back in Las Vegas at the end of this year. And then now with this album, and you recorded this at Zach Brown's studio, right?
I did, yeah. Recorded it at Southern Ground, and you know, it's all about songs for me, and as much as it is for the country music fan. That's what I love. Is that this is an album of great songs,
right.
And this is my best foot forward in 7 years. I've been in and out of studios for 7 years, and I've been collecting songs, writing. And it's just taken me some time to really find a great song that everybody can latch onto and everybody can love, and Six Strings and Diamond Rings.
And the title alone, you got me at the title. I'm like, Six Strings and Diamond Rings. It's like, dude.
Yeah, it's a good title. I mean, listen, that's how long it takes to really, I feel, find a great song,
right.
and record it the right way and go over it again and again and make sure that everything's right on it. It's not a process that just takes 3 or 4 weeks. For me, it takes 7 years to find a great song, and obviously living here in Nashville, being in and out of Nashville as much as I am, I mean, this is a home run for me. And obviously, if the title doesn't catch you, I don't know what will.
The title caught me, and I think it will our viewers too. But you also even brought in Robert Randolph on this.
I did. Robert's one of my favorite pedal steel players, one of my favorite guitar players in the world. And I, you know, as the record unfolded, my feeling was if Zach Brown and Jackson Brown had a baby, it'd be me, you know? And I just love that old school Jackson Brown, Southern, you know, Southern country, Southern soul. And it's a perfect representation of who I am as an artist. And that's the most important.
Well, and I think this song represents it well too, Taylor, in that, you know, it kind of reminded me of Jackson Brown, to where I always think of him as a very great crafter of songs, a great crafter of lyrics. You know, like even if you listen to like the Eagles thing, to where, you know, they're talking about listening to Jackson work on a song, and it feels like you did that with this song as well.
You know, Jackson Brown had a great guitar player in David Lindley, and
yes.
David Lindley is one of my favorites. And if you go back and listen to a lot of that old school music, I mean, you could, it's just soulful. It's just a soulful country vibe, but it bridges the pedal steel bridges the gap and makes all of that music, you know, what it is, especially if it's a soulful and a sound and tonality speaking. Robert has that tone that's undeniable, and it's very individual. And for him to come on the record and play a couple of songs, it was an honor.
Well, you know, it's funny because I was talking to a guy the other night, and I was talking about your song and Robert Randolph, and I said, Robert Randolph is one of those pedal steel, you know, lap steel player that makes it sound like a Stratocaster. He can, I don't know how he does it, And I thought it was very interesting that you brought him on for this, big song to launch out, because he's such an incredible artist as well. And it fits well with you because, even you think back to your American Idol days, all the way back in 2006, when I think you were People's, most handsome man or something that year also. But it's like, your voice was always different, Taylor. You know what I mean? You had a unique sound. I think your presentation when you came out, and to this day when you perform, you deliver.
Well, I've been delivering a lot in the last 25 years as far as entertainment goes, whatever it is. But what's great about it, and the timing is interesting too, is I think that there's a big groundswell of listeners that really want authentic, great songs with some really great melodies and great instrumentation, sung by great singers. A lot of people are wanting that. I think they're yearning for that. I think a great torch bearer and flag bearer right now is Chris Stapleton, by far, hands down. And to be able to be in the same breath with him, and people say that, we were kind of very similar in the way that we deliver music and that soulful country vibe. It's just an honor, and to be able to for him to kind of blaze a little bit of a trail for someone like me that's got a lot of roots-oriented essence. I'm very blessed.
And how you were raised, and I was telling people too, Taylor, to where it's like the country genre really isn't that far off from you. You look at how you were raised and everything else. It's not a reach. No,
and it's it's in my been in my backyard for a long time. I mean, being from Alabama, it's you can't get any more country than that. And I always like to tell people when they ask me if I'm country, I said, well, if you saw some of my relatives' lake parties down there in Alabama, you'd think country really quick.
Well, I want to bring up to our viewers also, it's so thrilling to me to see you when you're doing your live shows, Taylor. Besides playing great acoustic guitar and your choice of musicians, you're playing the harmonica a lot. And it's like, it's great. It's just amazing how proficient you are at the harmonica.
Well, I like to tell people that I started going gray when I knew that I was going to be in entertainment. I went completely white knowing that I was going to have to stay in entertainment.
But now you sort of got that George Clooney look.
So you can hold on to this forever. I wish I had his money. That's what we all wish, that we had George Clooney's money.
Oh my gosh. Well, I want to make sure our viewers know that with the new single, it's available. They can go to your website. They can go to iTunes, Spotify, anywhere they buy music.
Yep.
Six Strings and Diamond Rings.
Yeah, and with that, there's a little bit of a middle part to that title, and it's called Six Strings Are Hard on Diamond Rings. So the song is about, love and the road, and it's not necessarily just for people that are in music that are on the road a lot. I think there's a lot of similarities that can be drawn about anybody being on the road, and that's what I love about this song, is it embodies the struggle that you have when you have to make a living on the road.
Right. Yeah, and so many people do. I think it has layers.
Yeah.
And so when do you think the album will be coming out in 2018?
First of the year. I wouldn't say necessarily the right at the beginning, but in the quarter of one.
So this is like, when you go into a steak place and they're letting you smell the steak.
Exactly. I think this is just the appetizer.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a great one. Incredible song.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Such a great job.
Thanks for interviewing me.
Always. And we'll have to talk more when the album comes out too.
Do it.
And be sure and catch him on his TV show as well, because he's going to be sampling great food all over the United States, and had a great write-up, I think with the St. Louis newspaper, didn't you?
Yeah, the USA Today covered it.
Yeah.
It's State Plate's a great show. I mean, obviously all of us being from the South, we just are born with great palates.
Right.
I think everybody in the South could be a food host.
Well, but it's amazing. You've got a brand new song out. You've got your show going on. You've got a tour coming up. You're going to be back in Vegas on the road. A lot of great stuff, Taylor.
Very blessed, and I can't thank the fans enough, and for you guys to cover it.
Always a pleasure. Check him out at his website. Catch him at a live show, and be sure and buy this brand new song. Thanks for watching the Fox 17 Rockin' Review.
Musicians Institute Guitarcraft Program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.